Hello everyone. In today's session, we will try to solve some numerical problem based on 2D transformation and 3D transformation. So, in the previous sessions as well as the recorded videos what I have shared on the WhatsApp or on the YouTube, that in those sessions we have discussed about the various transformations that can be carried out in the computer graphics. So the transformation is basically having a two types, that is a 2D transformation and 3D transformation, and we have seen all these different types of transformations. So for a better practice what we can do is we try to solve some numerical problems based on this transformation, so that you can have get good knowledge of various transformation that can be carried out on the computer object. Now we will see the first question. This question appeared in winter 18 examination. Okay, what I have shared the various paper solution on the WhatsApp also. You can refer those paper solution. Okay, out of these paper solutions only, this is a question. This is the question number 4C, and the problem is, consider a square with given points. These are the points: point A with 1 comma 0, point B 0 comma 0, point C 0 comma 1, and point D 1 comma 1. So this is a square which is given with given points. Now you want to rotate this square by 45 degree in the anti-clockwise direction, okay, followed by reflection about x-axis. So it means that here you want to carry out two transformations. Okay, you have to carry out two transformation. Initially you want to carry out the rotation transformation, and then you want to carry out the reflection transformation. So initially, okay, in this problem there is a rotation by 45 degree, okay, and then reflection about x-axis. There is a reflection about x-axis. Now important thing is that these problems are very easy. You have to understand the concept and you know the matrices which are related to this transformation, then the problems are very easy. Okay, so here this is there are two transformation we want to carry out. First is a rotation and the second one is the reflection. So this is an example of composite transformation. We have discussed what do you mean by composite transformation in previous sessions, right? So when we are carrying out more than one operations or more than one transformation in a sequence, okay, that is composite transformation. So in this case the sequence is, initially you have to carry out a rotation by 45 degree, and then you have to carry out a reflection about x-axis. So what we can do is, okay, we will try to write down the matrices related to this transformation first, right? And one more thing is that in the problem they haven't specified that it is a 3D transformation. So by default we will take it as a 2D transformation. If in a problem statement they have specified that you have to carry out a 3D transformation, then accordingly we just modify our transformation matrix. So currently they haven't specified it anything, so we will consider it as a 2D transformation. So the first part is that you have to rotate by 45 degree. So I will write it rotation by theta. Okay, so for a rotation by theta, the matrix is, we have seen this matrix, cos theta minus sin theta, right? Okay, and then 0, then sin theta, cos theta, 0, and 0 0 1, that is a dummy variable. So the first row represents x coordinate representation for a rotation, second row represent the y coordinate representation, and the last is a dummy row or a normal row. So we have seen this matrix previously in previous sessions also, right? So we try to use this matrix only, we try to use this rotation matrix only. So here in the paper solution also they have given it, okay, r equal to the cos theta sin theta 0 minus sin theta cos theta 0 and 0 0 1. So there is one small change, small mistake is here, okay, that is here it is a plus sine theta, here it is a minus sine theta. You can note down the rotation matrix again if you haven't it. Okay, you can note down this in the notebook. So matrix is cos theta plus sine theta 0, okay, or positive sine theta. Then in the second row it is a minus sine theta, then cos theta 0 and 0 0 1. So this is our rotation matrix. Okay, now what we can do is we have to carry out a rotation by 45 degree. So theta is equal to 45. We replace the value of theta by 45. So cos 45 sin 45 in this way. So cos 45 is 1 upon root 2, sin 45 is again 1 upon root 2. Okay, we can replace it, okay, and keeping the actual signs. So once we replace by the theta by 45 degree, we will get the rotation matrix. So here we are getting the rotation matrix. So first part is over. So that we have successfully computed the rotation matrix and rotation by 45 degree angle. Now the second operation, okay, in this particular question is reflection about x-axis. And when we try to perform a reflection about x-axis, what we can do is we try to write a reflection matrix. So the previous sessions or some recorded sessions which I have shared on your WhatsApp channel or a WhatsApp group, okay, in those sessions I have shared about the reflection matrix also. So if you haven't gone through these sessions, you can go through these sessions also. That is, for sake of understanding, I will try to perform this reflection here. I will try to explain it. So this is our xy coordinate system. Consider this is our xy coordinate system, and then consider that this is a point. This is a point in xy coordinate. Okay, so if you consider this point, consider this is as a 2 comma 2 point 2 comma 2. If you want to perform a point A, if you want to perform a reflection of the same point, reflection means mirror image, mirror image. ठीक आहे, तेव्हा इथे हा मिरर आहे, एक्स ॲक्सिस काय आहे तुमचा मिरर आहे, कारण रिफ्लेक्शन कुठे करता एक्स ॲक्सिसवर, रिफ्लेक्शन अबाउट एक्स ॲक्सिस सांगितलं आहे आपल्याला. सो व्हेन यू वॉन्ट टू परफॉर्म अ रिफ्लेक्शन अबाउट एक्स ॲक्सिस मीन्स एक्स ॲक्सिस इज अ युअर मिरर, it is your mirror, and you try to find a mirror image, okay, about x-axis. And when you try to find a mirror image about x-axis, okay, if you see in the mirror, you will get a point here, right, exactly opposite of it. Okay, now if you try to find a coordinate of those points, if you try to find a coordinate of these points, okay, then coordinates will be, okay, so this is 2 only, x-axis is 2 only, whereas y-axis is, here it is a positive 2, here it should be a negative 2, so y-axis will be minus 2, right. So for a given point, this is the point A dash, for a given point, if you perform a reflection about x-axis, in that case x coordinate is unchanged, x coordinate is unchanged, because you are performing a reflection about x-axis, then x coordinate is unchanged. But y coordinate is, y coordinate is exactly opposite of it, exactly opposite. Okay, so initially y coordinate is positive 2, right. Okay, initially y coordinate is positive 2, now it is a negative 2, that's it. ओके, जेव्हा आपण मिरर इमेज घेतो त्यावेळेला वाय कॉर्डिनेट काय मिरर इमेज घेतो आणि एक्स कॉर्डिनेटचा विचार करून मिरर इमेज घेतो, दॅट इज रिफ्लेक्शन अबाउट एक्स ॲक्सिस करतो, त्यावेळेला काय होतं वाय कॉर्डिनेट काय होतो एक्झॅक्टली निगेटिव्ह होतो. मग आता हे जर ट्रू असेल तर तुम्ही विचार करा, इफ यू परफॉर्म अ रिफ्लेक्शन अबाउट वाय ॲक्सिस, इन दॅट केस y coordinate unchanged but x coordinate is exactly opposite of it. सो ज्या वेळेला आपण रिफ्लेक्शन अबाउट वाय ॲक्सिस करतो त्यावेळेला काय होतो, एक्स कॉर्डिनेट निगेटिव्ह होतो, वाय कॉर्डिनेट आहे तसा राहतो. पण रिफ्लेक्शन अबाउट एक्स ॲक्सिस करतो त्यावेळेला वाय कॉर्डिनेट चेंज होतो, निगेटिव्ह होतो, एक्स कॉर्डिनेट आहे तसा राहतो. सो दिस इज द बेसिक फंडा ऑफ रिफ्लेक्शन अबाउट एनी ॲक्सिस. So in this case they have told you that you want to carry out a reflection about x-axis. So for that we are writing a reflection matrix. In that recorded session also, okay, they have explained about a reflection matrix. You can go through those sessions also. Okay, reflection about x-axis. For that we are writing a matrix, and the matrix is first row corresponds to x-axis, right? So it is as it is 1 0 1. Second row corresponds to y-axis. So for a y-axis there is exactly negative coordinate, a negative value. So 0 minus 1. This is very important. Remaining part as it is 0, and last is 0 0 1. So important thing is that, okay, when you are performing reflection about x-axis, y coordinate is minus 1. This is very important part. So now you are having both matrices. You are having a rotation matrix as well as you are having a reflection matrix. Both matrices are available. You have written those matrices here also, right? So initially you have written a rotation matrix and you have computed by replacing theta by 45 degree, and now you are having a reflection matrix. Now the next part is very easy. You have to multiply both the matrices because you are performing a composite transformation, right? You are performing the composite transformation. So initially you are having a rotation by 45 degree, okay, and then you are having a reflection about x-axis, reflection about x-axis, right? So initially you are having a rotation matrix which you have computed, okay, then you are having a reflection matrix, that is you have computed. This is the multiplication only. This is multiplication. So it means that you have to multiply you have to multiply both matrices, right, to find the final answer. So here in this step you have multiplied both the matrices. First we rotate by 45 degree and then we are performing a reflection. So you have computed rotation and you have computed reflection. You have multiply both the matrices and you are getting this particular transformation matrix. So this is a composite transformation matrix which we have obtained by multiplying rotation matrix and reflection matrix. The last part is that now you want to perform this composite transformation on given object. तुम्हाला काय करायचं आहे, तुम्हाला रोटेशन आणि रिफ्लेक्शन यातून तयार झालेला कंपोजिट ट्रान्सफॉर्मेशन कशावर परफॉर्म करायचं आहे, दिलेल्या ऑब्जेक्टवर. ऑब्जेक्ट कोणता आहे आपलं, स्क्वेअर. त्या दिलेल्या स्क्वेअरवर परफॉर्म करायचं आहे, राईट. सो द स्क्वेअर इज हॅव्हिंग सम कोऑर्डिनेट्स. The a coordinate is 1, 0. So now I am writing, okay, the initial computer object. The initial computer object is written here. So this is 1 0 1. If you identify it, okay, I am highlighting it, that is 1 0 1. So point A is 1 0. So 1 0, x coordinate is 1, y coordinate is 0, and last row is a unit distance value, that is 1. Then second is b is 0 0, so 0 0 1. Then c is 0 1, okay, and last is d is 1 1, right. So you have written here the coordinates of the square. Okay, you are having a 2d coordinates, so that's why you are having only x and y values, right. So you don't have a z value, and the last column is unit distance values, so we are keeping it as 1 only. So you are having a coordinates of the square, we have represented it by using a matrix, that is a 4 by 3 matrix, right. And then you are having a composite transformation matrix which we have obtained previously in the last step. We have obtained this composite transformation matrix, that is 3 by 3 matrix. Now you are multiplying 4 by 3 matrix with 3 by 3 matrix and you are getting a final result. So final result corresponds to a dash, b dash, c dash, d dash, because initially you are having a square with ABCD coordinate, ABCD points. Now after transformation you are getting a square with new coordinates. New coordinates means the values are changed due to the transformation, composite transformation. So that is called as a dash, b dash, c dash, d dash. So they have written these values. A dash is 1 upon root 2 minus 1 upon root 2 from the matrices itself. You can get it. B is 0, b dash is 0 0, c dash is minus 1 upon root 2 comma minus 1 upon root 2, and d dash is 0 comma minus 2 upon root 2. So in this fashion you can solve any problem. Now the important part is that what you have to do in transformation problem. So first is you have to find out, okay, what type of transformation it is, whether it is a singular transformation or composite transformation. Singular means एकच ट्रान्सफॉर्मेशन करतोय, आयदर रोटेशन करतोय और रिफ्लेक्शन करतोय और ट्रांसलेशन करतोय, whether it is a singular transformation or composite transformation. If it is a singular transformation, you can directly multiply that transformation matrix with computer object, okay, coordinates of the computer object. Otherwise, if it is a composite transformation, then you have to find out a composite transformation matrix by multiplying the set of operations. So here rotation and reflection, so you have to multiply rotation matrix with reflection matrix in a given sequence, so you can obtain the composite transformation matrix. Once you obtain the composite transformation matrix, then you can multiply that composite transformation matrix with initial coordinates of the computer object. Now important part is that when you are multiplying, important part is that your computer object matrix should be placed at left hand side and composite transformation matrix should be placed at right hand side. So when you are multiplying, you are placed 4/3 matrix, that is a computer object matrix, in the left hand side, whereas your transformation matrix in the right hand side. If you change the order of this particular multiplication, then it is not possible to multiply. Okay, if you place composite transformation matrix on the left hand side and your computer object matrix on the right hand side, it is not possible to multiply. I will tell you why is it so, okay, so that the idea is very clear to you. So what I am saying, okay, you have to write your computer object matrix on the left, sorry, you have to write your computer object matrix on the left hand side. You have to write it on the left hand side, that is a 4/3 matrix. Okay, then you have to multiply this matrix with sorry, you have to write your computer object on the left hand side, okay, and then you have to multiply this matrix with composite transformation matrix, that is 3/3. Okay, so when you are performing a matrix multiplication, order of matrix multiplication should be match. Okay, so here it is a 4/3, so 3 and 3, it is matching, right, it is matching, hence you can multiply it, it is possible to multiply. If you change this particular sequence, means you have written your composite transformation matrix on the left hand side and then you have written your computer object, that is a 4/3 order matrix on the right hand side. Now if you observe this particular representation, then if you observe this representation, okay, then the order are not matching. If order are not matching in case of matrix multiplication, okay, it is not possible to multiply, it is not possible, this is not possible, right. So order is very important in case of matrix multiplication. So rule is that you have to write a computer object matrix first on the left hand side, computer object matrix on the left hand side, okay, and then, okay, you have to write your transformation matrix on the right hand side, whether it is a composite transformation or whether it is a singular transformation, but you have to place it on the right hand side here, okay, and on the left hand side you should write a computer object, and keep this rule, okay, in your mind always, don't change it. If you change the sequence, then possibly we will get a different answer, or it is possible that in some cases you may not multiply the two matrices. That is very important. So order of the matrix is very important, and in which way you are multiplying it is also important. Okay, I think the idea is clear to you now. Now we will see some more problems, okay, based on our concept. Okay, so this is one problem which is appeared in one of the question paper. I think it is summer 19 question paper. You can search it. Okay, these problems are already available in the paper solution. Question number 5, question number 5b. It is for 6 marks. The problems are very easy. You have to understand it very carefully and then you can go for these problems. Okay, the problem says find a transformation of triangle with coordinates as a 1 comma 0, b 0 comma 1 and c 1 comma 1. Right. So this is the triangle. Computer object is triangle. So first what you can do is you can write down the matrix for a triangle. Right. So it means that you have to write down the matrix for a computer object. Okay, you have to write down the matrix for a computer object. So which is given to you directly. Values are given to you. The values are 1 comma 0, then 0 comma 1 and 1 comma 1, and the last column is unit distance value, that is 1. So this is the computer object which is given to you. Okay, and they have specified only x and y values. It means that it is a 2D transformation only, right? So this is a given computer object. So you can write down here computer object or a triangle, computer object or a triangle can be represented as, okay, you can write down it, okay, in this fashion you can represent it. So this is the original matrix, you can call it as a. Now you want to perform, okay, first bit is you want to perform rotation on given matrix, by 30-degree angle, rotating 30-degree about the origin which is given to you. So you have to write down the rotation matrix. Now in the previous problem we have seen the rotation matrix, right? So this is the rotation matrix, cos theta sin theta 0 minus sin theta cos theta 0 and 0 0 1. So you can replace theta by 30-degree. In the last problem it is 45-degree, now it is 30-degree. So cos 30 sin 30, you can write down the values. Cos 30 is root 3 by 2, similarly sin 30 is 1 by 2. So this is basic trigonometric values, you know about it, okay, in the 9th standard only. You can replace theta by 30-degree and you can write down the cos 30 sin 30 values. So you can obtain a rotation matrix. In the first bit what I have told you, that rotating 30-degree about the origin. So it is the only single transformation you want to carry out. So there is no need to perform any composite transformation here. It is a single transformation that you have to carry out, right? So what you can do is, okay, you can keep your computer object matrix on the left hand side, that is 1 0 1 0 1 1 and 1 and 1 1 1, okay, and you can multiply this composite transformation matrix with your rotation matrix. So rotation matrix is cos 30, that is root 3 by 2, then sin 30 is 1 by 2 and 0, last point is, then cos 30 sin 30, here it is minus sin 30, that is minus 1 upon root 2, then cos 30 root 3 by 2 and 0, and last is 0 0 1. When you multiply these two matrices, this is 3 by 3 matrix, computer object matrix is 3 by 3 matrix, and your rotation matrix is also 3 by 3 matrix. So order is matching, you will obtain again a 3 by 3 matrix only. The result of this particular multiplication, matrix multiplication, is the answer for a first bit. That simple it is. Okay, it is very simple. Okay, now we will go to a next bit of this particular question. In the next bit, what they have told you, that translating one unit x and y direction and then rotate 45-degree about the origin. So here you have to perform up two transformations, that is you have to translate in with respect to x and y coordinates, or x and y direction by one unit, and then you have to rotate it, right? You have to perform the actually multiple transformation here. So points are points A, B, C, theta is equal to 45-degree about points 1, 1. So Tx is 1, Ty is 1. For a rotation about arbitrary point, right? So you want to rotate about arbitrary point because you are first translating it and then rotating it. Okay, so now I will tell you what happens here. So you are having an initial object. Okay, consider that you are having initial object, this is a triangle for example. Okay, and you can take correct representation instead of giving a blind representation. So as per the problem, you are having a three values. A is 1 comma 0, right? So here A is at here, then B is 0 comma 1. So 0 comma 1 means what we can do is we represent it more correctly. Okay, this is 1 unit distance for example. So this is A 1 comma 0, then second coordinate is B, again 0 comma 1. So this is B 0 comma 1, and the last coordinate is C, that is 1 comma 1. So this is C 1 comma 1. So now this is your initial triangle. This is your initial triangle, right? So as per the question, what they have told you that you have to translate this, okay, by on the x direction by 1 unit as well as y direction by 1 unit, and then you have to perform rotation. When you translate this matrix, okay, by 1 unit, okay, on the x axis, okay, as well as y axis, when you translate it, what you are getting is, okay, on the x axis when you translate you will reach at this point, on the y axis when you translate you will reach at this point. It means that you will get a new matrix, sorry, okay, when you translate it, okay, you will get a new matrix, and you will reach to point 2 comma 2 when you translate in this way. This is your new matrix, sorry, this is your new computer object, okay, because it is translated, and then you are rotating it. You are translating by on the x and y direction by 1 unit, and then you are rotating, okay, about this particular representation. Now when you have translated this particular computer object, okay, now it is not it cannot be rotated about the origin because because it is shifted from origin point to arbitrary point. Okay, initially this is the position of your computer object or position of your triangle. This is the position of your triangle. Now this particular triangle is represented with respect to origin. The position is with respect to origin, with respect to origin. Okay, but when you have translated this particular triangle, okay, from original position, now you can perform a rotation, but that particular rotation is with respect to arbitrary point. It is not with respect to origin, arbitrary point. So when you are performing any rotation, okay, with respect to arbitrary point, okay, what you have to do is you can note down this in your notebook. Okay, what you have to do is you are translating, then you are rotating, then you have to retranslate it. You have to retranslate it. Okay, because you are rotating with respect to arbitrary point, then you have to perform this particular thing, that is a translation is carried out, then you have to perform a retranslation also. Okay, so same idea is used here. So this is an example of composite transformation. So they have represented, initially you have to perform a translation, then it is a rotation, and then it is a retranslation. So for a translation, okay, they have written a matrix, that is 1 0 1. You know about this translation matrix because actual matrix is 1 0 tx. For a translation, the actual matrix is 10 tx, then 01 ty, and the last is 001. Okay, so but in this case tx is 1 as well as ty is also 1. Okay, so 10t1, 01ty and 001. This is the representation for a translation. Same thing is here. Then second part is the rotation. After translation it is a rotation by 45 degree. So you can replace theta by 45 degree in your rotation matrix. Okay, and you can obtain the new values. Okay, and the third part is that you have to perform a retranslation. So for a retranslation, okay, you can change the value of tx and ty. It means that initially it is 101 or 10 tx. So initially tx is 1, now it is -1. So if you observe this particular third matrix, then it is 10 minus 1, 01 minus 1 and 001. You can replace tx by -1 and replace ty by -1. Okay, so these are the three matrices required for our rotation, and afterwards you are having a original computer object, and original computer object is having a coordinates 101, 011, 111. You can see the last, or you can refer the last matrix. Okay, last 3 by 3 matrix. So it represents the computer object. Now you multiply all 4 matrices in one by one manner. Okay, you will get the final answer. So when you get the final answer, that is the new coordinates of a triangle. So initially it is x, y, z. Okay, now it is x dash, y dash, z dash. So you are obtaining the new coordinates, which is represented in the final result. Okay, so in this fashion you can perform set of transformation. Okay, in cases where you have to perform a composite transformation, translation followed by rotation followed by retranslation. Okay, so now we will see one more problem based upon the transformation. So now we will go for a shearing transformation or shear transformation. So in the previous video which I have shared on your WhatsApp group, okay, we have discussed about, in that video we have discussed about the shear transformation. So I will briefly cover that part also. What is shear transformation? The shear transformation concept, okay, comes from a engineering mechanics. So consider that you are having an object, you are having a rectangle or you are having a square having coordinate sets a, b, c, d. Okay, this is x axis, this is y axis, okay, in a plane, and then you are applying some force. Okay, you are applying a force, okay, on this particular computer object. Okay, in this manner you are applying a force on by using a y axis. Then what happens when you apply a force? The original computer object is shifted on its right. So you can see it depends upon the force what you have applied. If you apply a more force, the object is shifted towards right direction, okay, in a more manner. Okay, if you apply a less force, object is shifted in the right direction but in a less manner. So it depends upon the force what we have applied on that particular object. So idea is that, okay, when you apply a force in particular axis on in a particular direction, object is changed in that direction. Okay, the shape of the object changes. So shape of the object is changes, hence it is called as a shear transformation. It is called as a shear transformation. It is also possible that, okay, you can note down this. It is also possible that instead of applying a force in this manner, this is x axis, this is y axis, okay, it is also possible that you may apply a force, okay, in this manner, in a vertical direction. In that case again object may be changed. It depends upon the force what you have applied, right? It is also possible. In some cases it might be also possible that, okay, due to the application of force, you are applying a force in different direction. Okay, due to the application of force, this object is changed. Okay, you are applied a force. due to which object gets changed. So it depends upon the application, or it depends upon the force or the direction of a force. Okay, object is inclined in that direction, or object changes its shape in that direction, and that is called as a shear transformation. It is called as a shear transformation. So we have discussed this particular transformation is already discussed in that recorded session. If you haven't gone through the recorded session, you can go through that recorded session. It is very easy. Okay, and they have obtained a shear transformation matrix. You can note down the matrix in your notebook also. If you haven't seen the session, you can go through that session and you can note down the matrix. Here also that matrix is specified, right? So what we have to do in this question is apply the shearing transformation to square with given coordinates a, b, c, d. 4 coordinates are given, 4 points are given with their respective coordinates. We have written it, okay, in this particular matrix format. So initially we have represented the computer object. This is a 2D transformation only because they haven't specified it. They have specified only x and y coordinate. So it means it is a 2D transformation. So then in the first bit they have given shear parameter value of 0.5 and relative to the line y reference equal to -1. Now the important thing is that when you are performing a shear transformation relative to the y axis, y reference -1, it means that you are applying a force, okay, by using a y axis, okay, or on a y axis you are applying a force. When you apply a force on a y axis, okay, object changes its direction, okay, but it is changes its direction with respect, okay, due to which x coordinate has changed. I will tell you what happens here. Okay, so I have discussed this case also initially. So this is your xy coordinate system, right? And you are having some computer object here. You are having a computer object here. Okay, so this is a square only. You are having a square a, b, c, d. Okay, now you are applying a force on this particular computer object. So you are applying a force, okay, with respect to y reference, that is with respect to y axis. Okay, you are applying a force here. When you apply a force, object changes its initial position due to the application of force. This is a new position of your object, right? When object changes its position, what change? Coordinates, the coordinates of point B got changed. Okay, coordinates of point B got changed. So initially, for example, point B is having a coordinates as 0, 1. Okay, so x coordinate is 0 and y coordinate is 1. But due to the application of force, what happens? Coordinates of point B changes, it is changed to B dash. Now if you observe this particular new point, this is the point. Okay, this is a B dash point. If you observe it, y coordinate is as it is not changed. But what has changed? X coordinate is shifted, x coordinate is changed. So initially it is 0, 0, now it is 0.5 for the sake of understanding. Okay, so now the x coordinate got changed. So this is an idea. When you apply a shear transformation with respect to y axis, okay, actually you are changing the coordinates of x axis, right? And when you apply a shear transformation or shear force on a x axis, you are changing the coordinates of y axis. Okay, you are not changing the coordinate of x axis. Okay, this is the idea of shear transformation. Okay, so that's why what they have specified here, it shear transformation, shear parameter is 0.5 relative to line y reference equal to -1. So this is the shear transformation, okay, performed, okay, and due to which x values got changed. So that's why they are using a parameter that SHX equal to 0.5 and y reference equal to -1, right? So in that recorded session they have obtained this particular shear transformation matrix. Okay, so initial a dash, b dash, c dash, d dash equal to sorry, new a dash b dash c dash d dash equal to initial a b c d values multiply by, so computer object is multiply with shear transformation matrix. So the matrix is already explained in that particular recorded video, you can go through it and you can note down this, okay, so that you can remember it in next questions. So matrix will not change at all, okay, this is a identical matrix, each and every time you have to use it. So you can replace or value of SHX by 0.5 and you can replace value of Y reference by -1 because it is given in the question only. Okay, when you replace it you will get a new matrix. Okay, so initial 4/3 matrix, that is a computer object, is multiplied with shear transformation matrix, that is a 3/3 matrix, and you will get the final result. They have represented this final result in a diagram also. Okay, I have already told you how this particular transformation is performed. So original square, and after application of shear force you are getting a new object, right. So it is shifted in a x direction. Now in the same manner, okay, in the second bit they have asked the shear parameter value of 0.5 relative to x reference, means now you are applying a force on the x axis. When you apply a force on the x axis, y coordinate got changed, right. So SHY equal to 0.5 and x reference equal to -1. So again initial computer object is multiplied with shear transformation matrix. For a shear transformation matrix in a y direction, okay, the values are fixed, okay, you can note down the matrix, okay. When you are applying a shear transformation, okay, on your y axis you are having this particular matrix, okay, which is given in the first bit. When you are applying a shear force on the x axis, you are having this particular matrix. So both matrices you can note down in the notebook, so that each and every time you can use it. They are not changing, but important thing is that you have to identify in your question only shear force is applied on which axis. If it is the x axis, if it is the x axis, then you have to use the second matrix. If it is on the y axis with respect to or relative to y axis, you have to use the first matrix, okay. So when you replace the values SHY and x reference, you will obtain the transformation matrix, and when you multiply it you will get the final result. They are also represented in a diagram, okay. So in this session we try to solve some good numerical problems and from various categories, okay. We have solved the problems on the reflection, translation, rotation as well as shear. So you can go through these problems again as and when it is possible, and you can try to solve some more problems from previous question papers. There are some more problems are there, you can try to solve it, so that when you try to solve these problems, okay, you will get an idea how to perform various transformations on a given computer object, okay. Thank you for watching this session.